I am not going to be able to kill a pork. Should I just do something really dumb? Hello. Okay. Something really dumb kind of actually worked. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Could you squall us and kill us both? Because I'm out of ammo. Okay, I'm going to pin him here until he gets deaths. Yes. This is so dumb. Yes! Clutching without ammo, let's go. Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Gonna have a crossout video for us today, guys. Now in today's video, we are going to be going over Dracos. The reason I wanted to do this is because Dracos, like the other flamethrowers in the game, they recently got their perk, and to be fair, their perk is actually really well thought out. It's a brilliant idea on behalf of the developers, I gotta say. Now, the reason I really like this is because the perk of the Dracos is that when you crash into something, you will get an extra 35% damage, or up to 35% damage, depending on how hard you hit the enemy, for up to 8 seconds. Now, this isn't for the build, like Neubund perk. This is for the weapons of the Dracos themselves. So the actual Draco model needs to hit the enemy. This is a really good idea, like I said, because it kind of fixes the biggest problem with Dracos. Historically, the biggest problem you've had with Dracos is that people were hiding them deep below the cabins. Like you have them here, but they'd be much further back into the build, basically, so that you couldn't actually shoot them, and the Dracos would be firing out. This was a big problem. Probably around a year or so ago, there was definitely a brick meta in Crossout because you could hide the Dracos underneath the cabin. You couldn't shoot the Dracos. They were, for all intents and purposes, unkillable. And you just had really fast, like, Yokozuna bricks moving around. This perk solves that, though, because it encourages people to expose the guns more to damage, but in return, you can get, like I said, up to 35% for 8 seconds. 35% is a huge chunk, so I really wanted to test this out in PvP just to see how well we could do. I imagine it's going to be, obviously, the Dracos by design are meant against as heavy a build as possible, like spiders, but I imagine they should do very well up against like other firebugs and whatnot, or other like myriad builds they should be able to deal with as well pretty handedly. The rest of the build is a Yokozuna and an Outcast wheels. Yokozuna recently got a buff. It got a mass increase, I want to say, so that's really nice for the build. Basically meaning that even if you don't have a fuse, you could probably run this build from the exhibition. And the entire build is on the Outcast wheels. The Outcast wheels are absolutely fantastic. Probably the best thing in this most recent battle pass is the Outcast wheels, because they work on practically every type of build, even a build like this, which you wouldn't think would be useful for Outcast, because the entire point of Outcast is that you get really big buffs when you're out of combat or when you're further than 80 meters. Yes, when you're further than 80 meters away from someone, you get 20% of max speed, resist speed increase, and power. The max speed is the biggest booster, but it really helps builds like this Draco. So this build by here has two forms of speed boost, if you will. You've got the Outcast wheels and you've got Yokozuna perk. The Outcast wheels give you 20%, the Yoko perk gives you 15%. So what you can do on a build like this is that when you're getting to the fight, when you're out of the fight, crossing the map, you just use the Outcast perk. It's automatic anyway, so you don't really get to choose, but you'll be using your Outcast perk, and this build will go 90 kilometers an hour with the Outcast perk. Then, when you get close to the enemy, you will obviously lose the Outcast perk when you're closer than 80 meters. Once you do so, you hit the Yokozuna perk just to supplement that. Basically meaning that for the majority of the time, this build by here will be going like 85 to 90 kilometers an hour. So it can still catch a like hover build, for instance, which is really good. Probably one of the few heavy cabs that can actually still do this. So we'll jump into the usual 6 or 7 games of PvP now, just to test out these Dracos with their perk, and I hope you all enjoy. Okay, Draco time. Hey, I just noticed stunned too. I can't remember the last time I used Dracos, to be honest. It's been a while. Okay, enemy team is leaving. Can't say I blame them, to be honest. This was not intentional for us to get this team. Yeah, general game plan with this is you keep the Yokozuna perk for when your Outcast perk runs out, basically. Alright, so here we go. Hello. Nice, caught a whaler, not so bad. And we got the damage buff from the perk, which is cool. Excuse me. Okay. This might not be like too expert against hovers because it doesn't have any hover catches. Give me a cabin, give me a cabin. Oh, thank you. Good job, mod. Man, that poor guy. As we could see from that first game, this build does not have any hover catchers, and Dracos are not meant against hovers, they're meant against like heavy counters. They're meant to be heavy counters. So we will try to avoid hovers at all costs and go for the heaviest enemy build we can find. Hello, mate. I'll be a little bit easier said than done because I just took something off this guy. Yeah, a little bit easier said than done because we can't really choose what we fight, and PvP is filled with hovers for the most part. Sorry. You should be running like 5 seconds ago. There's a wall. Thank you, teammates. Alright, well we can kill firebugs at least, we know that. Who's left? That's just bots. Okay. Sorted. Yeah, sorry for being on mute that last game. I had a phone call to answer. Pretty amazed we survived it, to be honest. I figured once we jumped in on that hover, we'd be dead as well, very quickly. It just goes to show, though, that one of the best things about running like a melee fire build, or whatever you want to call it, is that as long as you go in and kill at least one of the enemy, you're not only are you trading, but you're trading up incredibly well. Because like you kill your guy, but then you cause a bunch of destruction. His teammates are gonna shoot you in the back, which they kind of have to. Okay. Lou, you just walked in front of a pole. Whoopsie. I'm just gonna go after this boom. Or tsunami. Bloody myriads, go away. Oh my god, okay. Once you get a hold of them, they're screwed. We just casually walked through the pokes. I mean capcans. Yeah. So yeah, as we've seen, or as you can see, you can definitely take enemy firebug builds in a build like this. It's definitely not a guaranteed thing though. It's kind of a, I'd say it's probably a fair fight to be honest. Mostly because it's a lot trickier for the Draco, and it's very dependent on the initial grab, basically. Because your weapons don't rotate like a firebug, you need to be very careful when you're playing Draco on the angle of impact. As long as you get that correctly, I think you should be fine. Hello, sir. You know, I'm not gonna push you. Urgh. Okay, eventually I will do something, I swear. Come here, man. Come here. Oh, yep. Ram damage, let's go. Oh, we're going like crazy. Let's go. Oh! Bloody hell. Yeah, I really am a big fan of this new Draco pick, I gotta admit. Oh, the cat just woke up. Because it's just a really well thought out idea. The type of idea that a very experienced player would have, you know? It's like, right, what's the biggest problem with Dracos? The biggest problem with Dracos is that people are burying them below the cabin, kind of taking advantage of the fact that you can't shoot through a cabin and Crossout, that mechanic, essentially. It's like, alright, how do we fix that? Well, let's give them a perk whereby they are encouraged to expose the weapons, and in return, they will get more damage. Like, okay, brilliant idea. Hello, sir. That's probably like one of my biggest complaints about this game, is that for every really good idea the devs have, they tend to have like one really bad. Like, okay, they made a good decision with the Dracos, but then for some reason they buffed Punishers to the moon. It's like, why? I'm running out of Yeti, lads. Can we push? Shit, he's turned. That's not good. Am I pushing? Hell no. Okay, let's go. Go through the capguns. He's got 2. Oh, nice. Damage buff, let's go. We have the mass to push through that, apparently. He's in half. I'm leaving him. Because if not, I'll just get... Oh, yes, please crash into my teammate. I'm just a distraction at this point. Mate, what are you up to? Okay. Okay, lost game, man. But yeah, Draco's really good now. Obviously, they're going to be much better against heavy builds, and unfortunately, we're not going to find any heavy builds just because it's PvP. No one wants to run slow spiders in PvP. It's just kind of a fact. I think the only spider builder that we've seen today that hasn't been a bot, I think I saw one guy had like a devil myriad, but I didn't get a chance to actually kill him. Yeah, really good. Oh, nice! A spider! Perfect. I'll give myself a bunch more power now. Oh, to the moon. Alright, we'll go bot hunting. Alright, that guy's almost just getting carved. I'll leave him. Thank you, stupid bot. We should have... Okay, I'm not getting shot by a porcupine for no reason. I'm getting out of here. Thank you. Have a nice day. Yeah, mate, I'm not pushing it. Don't worry. I'm just gonna kill your teammates. Where's I was gonna say, they have 2 players. Where's the other one? Please tell me this is a friendly swarm. Okay. I am not gonna be able to kill a pork. Okay. Should I just do something really dumb? Hello. Okay. Something really dumb kind of actually worked. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Okay. Could you squall us and kill us both? Because I'm out of ammo. Okay, I'm gonna pin him here until he gets deaths. Yes. This is so dumb. Yes! Wait, where's the last guy? Is this him? Yeah, this is him. I can just go to base. Okay. How? How did that work? Ah, crap. Come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. Any day now. Clutching without ammo. Let's go. Yes, I'll feed you, cat. Jesus. Right, and that is it for the Draco Yokozuna Outcast perk. I really like what they've done to Dracos. They feel like they're in a really good place at the moment. Not overpowered, whereby you cannot destroy them, but not underpowered either, whereby they just get instantly stripped or anything. They're in a really nice place, and the extra, really nice place, and the extra 35% damage from the impact is really solid against the heavies, which is basically what, Dracos are meant to fight anyway. You're meant to go after the heavier builds, like, the spiders and the enemy firebugs in something like this, and I feel really solid. So if you're looking for like a legendary melee build, I don't think you can really go wrong with, say, a Yokozuna Draco brick for the most part. It's really solid. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed the video, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you for tomorrow's.